Hello again. A couple of weeks ago, we started talking about how we can style our backward walk for tango. Today is the second part of that discussion. But we won't just be adorning a walk, we'll also be working on our timing. So men, you'll want to pay attention because the more precise you are with her feet, the more time you'll be able to find for yourself. Also, the simple adornment can be useful for your own enrosques and turns as well. Last week, we spent a lot of time talking about what is on the beat and when we want to look for the next step. We now know that if our extension is here, on this beat, we have about a second before we need to get to the next beat. That doesn't sound like a whole lot of time. But the more precise you are in getting to those beats, the more time you'll find in between the beats. Eventually, we'll work on half beats and quarter beats and eighth beats as well. We're going to start our ornament with learning when we can start the adornment. Generally speaking, we begin our adornment on the closing of the step. So here we have an extension, and here is where we want to do our ornament. That generally means you'll also need to get your weight shifted so that you can free up that leg. So it'll look like we have our toe pointed, but we're really not. We really want our legs, or rather our toes, nice and relaxed. And what we'll be doing is we're going to be lifting our knee and letting our foot drop. It's the top of the foot. If we lift our knee even higher, we can actually flex the front of our foot so that we have a nice straight line between our knee and our toe. So instead of walking backwards with our big toe on the floor, we can style our walk or adorn our walk by skimming with the point of our toe. You can also use this adornment to cross yourself in front of your foot as you're going into the next step. Just make sure that you don't stab yourself with that heel of that foot because that'll hurt. So if you're a man, that's all we have for you today. Us girls have our little secrets, and we like to keep that mystique on the dance floor a bit. So if you're a man, I'm going to ask you to turn the video off now, and we'll see you next week. So now that it's just us girls, I'll tell you how I use this ornament in a more practical way. Every once in a while, the men will get confused over what foot I'm on. So I use this ornament to help them out. But I'm doing it in such a way that they say face, that they don't get embarrassed that they forgot what foot I'm on. Let's pretend that this is the foot of my partner. As I'm going by him, he's asked me to step. I'm going to wherever it is I'm going to. What I'll do is I'll simply tap very lightly against his leg. So if my left leg is free, I'll tap his right side. If it is my right leg that is free, I'll just tap or even brush against his left side. So that way he'll know what foot I'm on. And it's not necessarily just the foot, you can also do it with the knee as well. So if you watch me out on the dance floor, you will see that I do this a lot. It looks as if I'm just being musical, maybe even playing with my partner, or maybe he may think I'm flirting with him, which is fine, that's very tango-y. But one of the purposes of it is to let him know what foot is free so that he knows what he can do next. It's my job, after all, as his partner, to make the dance comfortable for him as well. So adornments aren't just for making yourself look pretty, but it can also help your partner as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.